Hello Gemini, thank you for joining me. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Please don't forget to like and share. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy the reading. It is a general reading, so it may apply to you or to somebody that you're close to at this time. So in the first house we have Grand Cross Provoker. So your first house is everything to do with yourself, your self-oriented interests. It's also your physical body, your vitality, and what you're projecting to outward to others, and what they see. So it's your personality and your observable characteristics. The first house also covers your personal independence. That's how you are making your way through your life at this time. So with this card coming in, you're going to be under a bit of pressure at this time, and this possibly is to do with evolving in some way. So you may also just be under pressure in general, juggling a variety of things, and you may just feel that you're being pulled in different directions, or you have different choices and paths that you can take. So there's a bit of pressure there. You may be feeling a little bit restricted at times as well, because there's just so much coming at you at once. What this card is asking you to do is actually to harness all your abilities right now, and have really a sort of a deep look at yourself and take stock of what is going on within you and outwardly as well, it really is just to take stock of what is working for you, what isn't working for you, and once you've sorted that out, then you can prioritize what is most important. Once you've prioritized, then you can focus on those things and get really organized. And it's also about communication. You may need to communicate with others properly as well. So once you have taken stock and put all those plans in motion, and you're actually prioritizing correctly, then you'll be able to gain momentum. Once you gain momentum, then you will be on your path to success. So this is really a realistic look at yourself and how things are unfolding for you at this time, how you're moving forward through the world. This card brings movement and change. It forces you to make changes and to move in some way, in a particular or a variety of different directions or paths. So you've got to, that's why you need to prioritize, to pick what is most important for you and then follow through on that. So the movement and change is brought about through pressure, and once you sort of develop a plan from the pressure, then you are on your way to renewal and a success. So this is all growth, really. That's what it is. Sometimes because of the pressure, you may be just feeling a bit overwhelmed with it all. And I do feel this ties in also with the 12th house, which we will get to at the end of your reading, because that is about clearing the landscape to plant new things. So really, it's like a scorched earth policy. And this kind of ties in with that, because you really are taking stock. You're being realistic about yourself and how you're projecting yourself, how you're making your way in the world, just everything about yourself. And so it requires a deep look, because this is a growth phase that you're in currently. Then following on from that, into the second house, this is your house of income, so your money that's coming in, however that comes to you. It's also the house of self-worth and the house of your values, your value systems. It's also the house of everything you own, all forms of ownership that you have, your possessions. It can also be property, real estate, anything like that. So with this card coming in, it is a destiny card, it's a fate card. So you're not going to be able to force things in the direction that you want, but what you are going to have to do is to do a fair amount of self-analysis, and to connect with your inner GPS, because your inner self knows what to do, and you just have to cut out all the extra sort of input from others. In fact, you probably won't get it. You won't get support or input from others at this time. You don't need it, actually. You don't need it at all. So you know what to do. You just have to go inward to connect with that, and then move forward. So you may be just feeling out of step with others, or you may be just doing things differently or on your own. This is a self-steering path that you're on in this house. So find out what works for you, what isn't working for you, streamline, and then go inward to navigate the choppy conditions that are occurring in this house at this time. Your inner truth, that's what you're grasping for now. So you can only do that by going inward. You connect to your inner GPS, to your inner truth, and from there you will know what to do. You may feel like you're pioneering a bit as well. Perhaps you're sort of navigating terrain that you haven't been through before, or circumstances are coming at you which you haven't had to navigate before. So it is a form of pioneering. It's a way of harnessing your inner self and your own inner knowing so that you can move in the direction which is right for you. It may feel like you don't have a clear path at this time. So you've just got to keep plodding on, but it really is about streamlining and assessing what is working and what is not, and then you cut away what is not. You may have to make a few sacrifices to reach your goals, but it is also about expanding your focus and just looking around to try and possibly try new things, or to juggle a few things around so that they do work for you now. It may come up for you that you may have to put some money aside to deal with health issues of some kind, whether it could be autoimmune, or it could be allergies that you want to clear up or get sorted or get under control, or it could just be lifestyle changes in general, which affect your ownership and it affects your self-worth. Perhaps a change of lifestyle is required because how you have been living your life up until this point and where you've been allocating your money is perhaps just not working for you, so a revamp is required. Then in the third house, we have Libra I balance. Your third house is your house of communication, so this is all verbal, written, even body language. It also covers even just social communication, so what you're typing on your phone is even a form of communication. So anything like that falls under this house. It can be communication outward, or it can be communication coming into you as well. So you could be hearing or receiving communications from others as well. This can be with people in general and also with the public, and it can also be with certain members of your family, like siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, and even neighbors fall in under this house. This house also covers documents and contracts. So because it's wording, it falls under this communicative house. So with Libra I balance coming in, there's a couple of things that may come in for you. With Libra, usually a partnership or some kind, or linking up with someone else, another person, is highlighted at this time. So possibly a partnership or linking up with another is coming in for you, or it may be beneficial for you to do that right now. So when it comes to communication, you're going to need to bring out all your charm and really lay it on. And it's really about loving communication as well with those that you are sort of dealing with. So it's about love and beauty and refinement and charm. Also balance, finding balance. So how you communicate, how you're conducting yourself with others. There's an element of refinement there, and it's also appreciation of beauty in all its forms, whether it's something that somebody says or the way they're doing something. So you're really going to have to bring in the finer qualities of Libra to balance yourself and your communications. This card is also about fairness as well. So there may be dealings that you're having with others which require you to be balanced and fair, and to bring in your negotiation skills. You could also be riding the fence in some way over something, and what this card is asking you to do is to make a decision. Make a decision and sort it out, or it will be made for you and you may not like the outcome. So make the decision, you take the move, you take the first move to deal with it. There could be a legal matter, or a court case, something to do with that coming up. As also, it's a legal document, so it falls under the third house. And there will be a fair and just decision. There's potential for a good outcome. And there may also be, as I said, there are, because it's the law that you're dealing with, legal issues, there are rules to be followed. So those are going to have to be dealt with as well. So you're going to have to just go through the process, but the potential for a good outcome is good. This card also brings in aspects of the arts. So you could also be getting involved in the arts in some way, or it's coming in for you in your third house in some way. But this covers live music, concerts, museums, galleries, or art, artistic endeavors, fashion, beauty, anything with good taste is indicated with this card as well. Because there are legal documents and Libra is a partnership card, there could be something to do with a marriage, whether it's yourself or somebody that you're associated with at this time. But there's legal documents around that. Partnership or a marriage could also come up for you. The third house also deals with short trips of all kinds, local trips. So you may enjoy a trip of some kind locally, but ensure that it is going to be the kind of place that you want to be in, sort of a pretty or a beautiful destination where you can enjoy perhaps the galleries and the museums and the live music, or just the arts in general. So a destination like that nearby you will be very beneficial at this time. Then in the fourth house we have part of fortune, increase. So a very nice card to be having. It's a lovely card to have anywhere in your chart. So it's appearing in your fourth house this month. So this is the fourth house deals with everything to do with your home, your physical home, the actual structure, and also to do with your, it could just be your place of residence where you're currently staying now. It's also the atmosphere in your home and the people in your home. So it's just a general environment. With this card coming in, it's your, it's also actually the relationship to your ancestry and your foundations and your family structure. Your ethnic identity as well. So it's your relationship with that which is linked to your home, your original family home. So now with this card coming in, it's bringing in, it's a destiny card coming in again. You have more than one destiny card this month. So whatever is coming in for you, it's due to you. So this is an increase in some way. So whether it's an improvement to your home or an improvement in your home, or it's abundance coming to you, could be good fortune, luck, gifts even maybe coming to you. It's also about easy flow. So if you've had sticky situations or difficulties going on in the home, or perhaps you're wanting to change something in the home and you've hit a few roadblocks along the way, then you can expect those to be lifted now and sort of an easy flow to be coming to you. So, and also success in whatever it is that you're doing in this house. So you could be starting a home business, or you have a home business, and then you can expect some kind of increase or abundance or success coming from that. It also indicates a stirring of talents and abilities. So you may stumble across this. It may just suddenly appear, and it could be something to do with decoration or building or renovating, something like that which you have a knack for or a talent for which you weren't aware of before. It may be stirred into action now. It could also be that you need to study further in relation to that ability or that talent that is now appearing. This card is also good for any kind of promotional work. So if you have a home business or something that you want to do from home, some kind of activity, then promotional activities around that are well indicated with this. So in any case, you're going to be moving ahead with something. Moving ahead, there's an increase of goodness and abundance coming to you. And it could even just be the atmosphere, as I said, in your home, a lifting and a general increase in happiness. This card can bring in triggers, karmic triggers. So this, as I said, could be linked to a stirring of a talent or an ability, or it's something that's due to you. It's a destiny card. It's something that's due to you that's coming to you now. Some kind of goodness or abundance. Then in the fifth house, we have grand trine blessings. So your fifth house is your house of creativity, your creative activities, whether it's a project or work that you do. It could be your profession or a hobby, something that you do from home or something that you like to do for yourself. But it's all forms of creativity, not necessarily artistic. This is creativity in general. It could also just be the way you dress or the way you speak, or you're a creative writer, or there's lots of ways that it can come in. It also deals with children, whether these are your children or children that you are associated with at this time. The fifth house rules children as well. It also rules love affairs, and it rules fun activities, recreational activities of all kinds. Fun, recreational, outgoing activities, and gambling and risk-taking activities come into that, so the stock exchange as well. So now, with this card coming in, you can expect blessings of some kind in any one of those areas. There will be a good flow, good luck, and fortune, perhaps even gifts coming to you. Again, this is the second time we've had gifts now. So there's a general feeling of contentment. You can't take your hand off the wheel, though. You still need to go to steer your ship to what you want in life. So you still have to work at things. So whatever opportunities or blessings or gifts that come to you, you still have to harness them and make them work for you. Okay. So, but there is a general feeling of contentment. Blocks are lifted in some way, whatever. It could also be your children that are going through this at this time. Perhaps they've been having a tough time with something, and now a better, smoother, flowing energy comes in for them, or it could be your relationship with them as well. This card is also about right place, right time. So something in your fifth house is going to fall into place, basically. If all your relationships generally do improve with this card, so this could also be a love affair that you're involved in, or it could, as I said, be a relationship with your children or with people that you're in doing activities with. It's possible that with a love affair you could meet a true partner, somebody really supportive, who is mutually supportive with you. You're both going to have to work at it to maintain it, though. Otherwise, it will just be short and sweet. So if you really are in that situation and somebody has arrived in your life, then you're going to need to work at it as well. But the potential there is for this person to be a true partner, so a very supportive partner. So all round, it's a very lovely card to be having. It brings in blessings, as I said. If you're wanting to gain finance for something that you want to do in the fifth house, so it could be to do with your children, or to do with an activity that you're interested in, or creative project, asking for finance at this time will be well received. So you can bring that in to the fifth house if you're in that position. Then in the sixth house we have Scorpio, I transform. So the sixth house is everything to do with your work, your workplace, your work colleagues, your work projects. So even if you're not in a workplace or in any kind of environment like that, it's your work project or whatever it is that you're undertaking to do. It's also mastery of your craft, whatever that may be. The sixth house also deals with health and diet and pets. So with this card coming in, Scorpio, I transform, it's basically bringing in an ending and a beginning, or endings and beginnings. So there's transformation there from one thing to another. It is intense transformative energy. So something is changing in this house. As I said, it could be work related, it could be health related, or it could be some other change that's going on. Intrigues of all kinds could be surfacing as well in this house. So it could be a work-related thing. Intrigues are coming to light now. It could also be something that was under the surface that wasn't known is now coming out. But it's quite a demanding period as well that you're going to be going through. You're going to have to be resourceful. to keep your wits about you and protect your interests as well. There's quite a bit of self-analysis that comes with this card, because you're going from old to new. So it's a transformative energy. So something's going to end, something's going to begin, and it's that transition between the two. It could also be something new coming from an old thing, from something that was familiar and already there that seems to have died off and is no longer. Something comes out of that. That could happen as well. Just be careful with finance at this time in this house. Taxes, inheritances, and big finance may be also be going through transformative situation as well. When it comes to health and diet, you could be changing your lifestyle completely to make your life better, and it's that transition that you're going through. So there may be a bit of stress. You may need to be doing therapy of some kind. Just look after yourself during this period. Then in the 7th house, we have void of course moon, which is a sort of a missing energy where things don't quite go as planned. So the moon is quiet during this period, and so you don't have the moon's guidance for certain things. So in the 7th house, it's your house of relationships, your personal one-on-one relationships, whether that's a love relationship or a partnership. It could be a business partnership or some other close personal relationship, but it's one-on-one. So now with this coming in, what it's saying is that by all means dream and plan for something that you want to do, for what you want. So dream and make plans, just don't act on them yet, okay? Because this is a no action card. The timing isn't right at the moment, so the energies are unpredictable, and outcomes, the outcomes and plans just won't work out. They just won't work out how you expect, or they could go really quite wrong as well. So things just don't go to plan. So stay as you are at the moment. Make your plans, dream a little, rest and relax, but don't take action at this time until the energies have shifted. So just bear that in mind. Then in the 8th house, we have Pluto transformation. This is another transformation card. It's linked to Scorpio. Pluto is ruled by Scorpio, so you already had this in your 6th house, your house of work and health and diet and pets. So with Pluto transformation coming in, it's in its own house. The 8th house is ruled by Scorpio and by Pluto, which rules Scorpio. So this energy is doubly important at this time. So the 8th house is the house of sex, death, and rebirth, and all issues around that. So the sex is the sexual side of a deeper committed relationship. It's also just sex in general, and the various ups and downs of that, or however that's playing out for you. It could be really intense. It's also when they talk about death, it's more symbolic. So it's more like an ego death of some kind that is occurring. And then rebirth is the renewal or the regeneration of you in this house. Or it could be circumstances that were thought as being over. Something comes out of that as well. So now with this this card coming in, you could be faced with a surprise of some kind. Again, endings and beginnings are highlighted. Something will end and something will begin. Or if it's a relationship, it could be that it either deepens and goes to a really all new level, or it will end. So this could be a love partnership, or it could be a business partnership. The 8th house also rules other people's money, so you involved in some way in other people's money. The 8th house also deals with big finance. So this is your investments in insurances, banking, accounting, tax, legacies, trusts, inheritances, all of those sort of bigger aspects. The 8th house deals with that. So there could be an ending and a beginning in there somehow. Perhaps something is not working for you, or it's not needed anymore, so it ends and a new thing comes in. Or, as I said, It could be new ways, perhaps new ways of doing things, new ways of joining or merging with another. So whether that's a love partnership or a business partnership, new ways of doing things. It could also be the resurrection of something that was thought of as being over, or something rising out of something that's old, and it will be transformed in some way. Something may also come to light at this time, or it will rise to the surface. It could even just be your hidden feelings about certain things. Suddenly they appear, and now you've got to deal with them. So it could also be that something from the past is not what you thought it was. It's not what you thought it was. So there's maybe a disappointment there. Something that you thought of in a certain light from the past, now you're looking at it again and you realize it's not like that at all. So this card is also, it does bring in a clean slate kind of energy. So things are being rearranged. Things are ending and new things are coming in, or it's a clean slate, clearing the landscape to start anew in some way. Also be careful with your finances in this house, your tax, your inheritances, big finance. Just be careful at this time with this transformation energy going on. Yeah, as I said, it is all about cycles of ending and beginning. So in the 9th house, we have Sagittarius IC. So the 9th house, this is another card that's in its own house. You have a couple like that. So now the 9th house is the house of basically you meeting the world, or the world meeting you in some way. So this is all international things, all foreign things, whether it's foreign concepts, religions, cultures, or foreign travel, or foreign people. So it's all about that. It's also about further education and study. So this is university education or adult education. It's also the house that deals with philosophy. So whether it's the study of it, or you enjoy reading about that or learning about it. It's also the house of religion and the house of belief systems of all kinds. It also rules, this house rules teaching and publishing and promotional work of all kinds. It also rules the law and the higher courts, and your relationship to your in-laws. So it's about the gaining of wisdom, which is kind of, you gain that from the world, interacting with other people from different parts of the world, and also businesses that involve that, or study. So now with Sagittarius IC coming in, the travel and adventure are highlighted. So that may come in for you in some way, but it will be international. This is not local travel. But freedom is really important for Sagittarians. So you could be just wanting to get away, to experience more freedom in some way in the 9th house. So it's so it could also just be the freedom to study something that you want to study, or the freedom to travel, or the freedom from routine and therefore you travel, or freedom from your normal day-to-day routine. Maybe you're going to go back to full-time studies or something like that. So it's just a general feeling of freedom is good at this time in this house. As I said, religion is also quite highlighted with this card. So possibly you're undertaking studies in it, or you're getting a deeper understanding of it, or you're just exploring on your own, enjoying various aspects. You could also be traveling to places which have religious interest for you. So whether this is to overseas on a trip and you're visiting churches and cloisters and things like that, or just places of interest, places of worship even. There's an academic bent to this. So it could be that you're visiting academic places for study. So this is universities, libraries, institutions of learning. Philosophy is also indicated again with this card. Publishing and the outdoors. Gambling comes in as well. And big animals like horses. So if you're an ardent horse lover, you may be going somewhere or training up in the study of horses, or the grooming of horses, or the riding of horses, or something like that may come in for you. But this card is always about growth, always about expansion, and luck does come in as well. So you could expect to have a lucky break of some kind in this house. And with that lucky break comes growth and expansion. Then in the 10th house, we have another lovely card. This is Jupiter return benefits. So your 10th house is your house of career, the house of fame, reputation, and your public status. It's also the house of authority figures. With this card coming in, it brings in earned luck. So this is luck coming to you from something that you've done previously, whether it's a karmic situation or something that you've done in this lifetime, but it's earned luck. So it's an opportunity that comes to you and you're prepared. Okay, so it could also be a reward or a profit of some kind, or just general good fortune coming to you. There's positivity with this card. It's about seizing the moment. Something from the past bears fruit for you. So this could be something, because Jupiter return is about every 12 years or so. So this could be something that happened a decade ago or just after that, 10 to 12 years. Something a plan that you wanted, or an idea that you had, or a business that perhaps didn't quite get off the ground, or something got shelved. Something, it never came to fruition. Well, it may very well come back to you now, because the cycle has turned, the wheel has turned, and now this is about the return. This is about benefits coming back to you. But if none of that is applying, then it's just also improvements of all kinds in this house. Doors open, blocks are lifted. It's kind of the yes card, the green light card. But whatever it is, you need to be quick to grab any opportunities that come to you and follow them all. Maybe not all of them will be right for you, but in there will be something for you. But you need to be quick, because a return, when it comes back, doesn't last for very long. So it's a period that you will go through. It's a lucky and fortuitous period, and whatever falls in your lap or comes to you, grab it quick and make the most of it. Seize the moment. It could also be that something is coming back to you, or you're having a renewal of faith or belief in something. It's also about destiny. It's also about feeling gratitude about where you are in your life. You need to do that to actually to be grateful about what is going on, because the more grateful you are, then the better things turn out for you. You attract goodness to you. This card is also about publishing, higher learning and education. So again, that's coming in, university type of education, or perhaps something else that you want to learn, adult education. It's also about channeling. If you are doing that, the channeling in yourself may be open, and you're now connecting to higher realms. It's also the card of discernment. So as I said, when you've got opportunities coming at you, you're going to need to discern what is going to be right for you, but do follow up on whatever does come to you to track down the right one. Then in the 11th house, we have Sun Spirit, another beautiful card for you. So this is, the 11th house is your house of friendships. It's also the house of your networks and groups, whether it's a social group or a club or a society or an association that you're a member of, or it could just be a group, it could be work related, or just a group that you're busy working with and networking amongst. So it's that kind of situation. It's also the house of your hopes and your dreams, your visions for the future, your hobbies and your interests. Okay, so all of that is indicated for you in the 11th house. It's also about trends and currents. So you may be seeing something or be able to tap into that. There's also social reform, global consciousness or group consciousness coming in. So with the Sun Spirit card, it's a beautiful card. It's a very warm, it's probably it's the most sunny and amazing card, really. The sun in the tarot is like a beautiful card to have. It's probably the best card in the deck. And in astrology, it's that beautiful, warm, sunny, radiant quality coming in. So it's bringing in a lot of positivity. And you, at this time, you may be having a lot of influence, a lot of presence, and a lot of charisma. You could be, accessing your divinity in some way. But it's also asking you to step into leadership in some way. So it's about having confidence and grace. And you're going to need to step into the spotlight in some way. You may be asked to do that as part of a group. But really, if you need support in that, this is the card. This is going to bring you all of that. It really does shine its light upon you. It makes you feel radiant. It makes you feel influential and charismatic. And in that, you will be able to inspire others, which is pretty much the purpose of the 11th house. It's to inspire others in some way, or to be inspirational in some way. So whether that's through a hobby or an interest of yours, or just interacting in groups, dealing with friendships. So it really is about projecting that outward. It could also be that you have a summer event that you're planning, perhaps as a group or something like that. Or it could be a hobby and an interest of yours, but there's some kind of summer event which is going to be a lovely, happy event that you're busy planning, and it may come up for you, or you may be involved in it in some way. But it's a beautiful card, very positive, very outgoing, and a radiant card which will transfer onto you. Then in the 12th house, we have fire element desire. So the 12th house is the house of your unconscious self. So this is your drives, your motivations, what goes on underneath. And it's also, that 12th house is also about retreat and withdrawal. So taking time out, spending time in reflection. It's also the house of spiritual life, your spiritual life, meditation and mysticism and healing, all those lovely aspects, whether you are a healer and you're involved in the healing service, or whether you are receiving healing. It's also the house of service to others. So it does also cover escapism and drugs and addiction. So you may be working in that field, or maybe you're dealing with something like that in yourself, or somebody close to you at this time that may come up. This is the house of karmic lessons as well. It also can be your experiences in institutions of all kinds. So whether this is a university or a library or a bank or a government department, any kind of institution, hospital, it's your experiences there. So whether you're going there for yourself or you're going there with another, it's about your experiences and what you learn from that. So with the fire element desire coming in, you can expect quick changes coming to you now. They're going to be quick changes coming to you. They're on the way. This will require you to clear the landscape to plant new things. So this is a theme that's coming up again and again now in your chart. So it's with yourself, your outward self. It's in your career house, and it's in your finance houses as well. So it really is kind of an all-round aspect where you really need to clear the landscape to plant new things. So it's a bit of a burning away of what no longer works for you, whether that's attitudes, beliefs, motivations, ways of life. If it's an addiction, you need to clear it now, take control, take action. It's a bit of a wake-up call and an epiphany card, this. You're going to need to be assertive to protect your interests in some way. You may also, it's really about clearing the old away to make way for the new things. It's also about being honest with yourself and honest with others, but don't slip into arrogance, because that can come in with this card as well. You may also be experiencing a compelling attraction to another person of some kind. And it's up to you whether you take that attraction further and develop it into something deeper. The potential is there, but again, it will require work. And that did come up as well earlier on in your chart. So it really is a clearing of the decks, and this is happening again and again. So there's some sort of change which is going to be triggered, and it's going to affect certain aspects of your chart. You do have support though. You have support, you've got the knowledge, and it really is about making the best use of these changes which need to be made now. Okay, Gemini, I hope you enjoyed that. Please don't forget to like and share and subscribe. And I hope you have a wonderful month, and I will see you next time. Take care.